from the dead, trampling down death by death, and upon the sins of tombs bestowing life. Christ is risen from the dead, trampling down death by death, and upon the sins of tombs bestowing life. Christ is risen from the dead, trampling down death by death, and upon the sins of tombs bestowing life.
Christ is risen.
He is risen indeed. Le Christ est ressuscité des morts, par la mort il a vaincu la mort. À ceux qui sont dans les tombeaux, il a donné la vie. Le Christ est ressuscité des morts, par la mort il a vaincu la mort. À ceux qui sont dans les tombeaux, il a donné la vie. Le Christ est ressuscité des morts, par la mort il a vaincu la mort. À ceux qui sont dans les tombeaux, il a donné la vie.
Christ est ressuscité.
Il est vraiment ressuscité. Christos anesti ec necron, thanaton potis ascetis sentis mnimos isoin
Χριστός Ανέστη.
αληθώς ανέστη.
Christ is risen, dear brothers and sisters in Christ.
Truly he is risen.
It is still our Paschal season, so that's how we are greeting each other for next, I think, 20-something more days. Here today with me is Sister Veronica, and we will have a small surprise for you. Another brother whom you already know will go in to join us shortly in the middle of our live stream. So please stay with us. We want to be this live stream really interactive. That's why we are asking you to express your opinions, to ask your questions in our live chat. We really appreciate when we hear from our friends and stay connected to them. The topic of our live stream is online liturgy, positive and negative aspects. But first of all, let me introduce Sister Veronica, who is the Sister of Mercy of St. Elisabeth Convent. Probably you have seen her in some of the videos of our YouTube channel. Sister Veronica, please tell about yourself and your role in St. Elisabeth Convent.
Christ is risen, everyone. My name is Sister Veronica. I'm 24 years old. I have been in the convent for about 3.5 years. My journey towards convent was very exciting, I should say. I started thinking of working at a religious place when I studied at the university. I became visited church regularly, and at the 5th course I was working. I was doing some practical studying at a big state organization, public organization, and working here was very stressful for me. And I thought I would not be able to work at such atmosphere, and I started looking for a place that would be connected with languages, and it would be spiritual, religious place. And one of my professors at university told me that there is such a convent in Minsk. I've never heard of that convent before, and they are looking for translators, and I emailed here, and I was luckily accepted.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. My obedience is connected with the English language. I have visited Britain several times. Some of you maybe might have met me live, and today I'm working with YouTube channel and with live streams as well. And I like this job a lot. I like this work a lot, and I think I will visit Britain again. So, yeah.
Thank you, Sister Veronica. You see, having this comparison in between their, secular organizations and religious organizations, you start to really appreciate when you have this spiritual atmosphere at your work. So, as I said, the topic of our live stream came to me as a novelty of 2020, online liturgy, positive and negative aspects. All people all over the world appeared in quite similar circumstances last year when, the churches got closed due to pandemic restrictions, and all vital and accessible sacraments all of a sudden became inaccessible. And it caused and still causes a huge distress, and people are lost what to do in such circumstances. We wanted to cover this topic and put all the dots above I, and in some important aspects of online liturgies, especially as our convent is also live streaming our online liturgies, both on Russian and English YouTube channels. Sister Veronica, as it is your obedience, tell us please how they started these live streams and when.
So as far as I know, our Russian YouTube channel has practiced live streams of services before, but they began to do it regularly in 2020, in the beginning of 2020, and the previous year has changed everything in our lives. Yes. And the pandemic broke down. Many people had to stay home because of the illnesses or because of the restrictions.
Yeah, even our convent was in quarantine for 2 weeks right after Paschal. Right after Paschal, we also experienced the quarantine and being locked in our houses.
Yeah, and people, for believers, it became a real problem not to visit church. And live streams became very popular in Russian-speaking countries, and even our online stream of Paschal service last year was very popular. Many people watched this service, and our Russian YouTube channel started streaming as far as I know, every weekend, and then more and more services appeared on the channel. And speaking about the English channel, as it is reached the number of 1,000 subscribers, we have got the opportunity to make live streams as well, and we thought that it would be very useful for people to watch the service of Russian Orthodox Church in Slavonic, but with explanations.
In English.
Yeah, in English. We have subtitles in live chat in English, explaining what is going on.
All the prayers, all the words, the full service, everything is posted, and it is parallel. The priest is saying or the choir is singing, and right away the sister is posting it. So sister actually needs to know the service very well to be able to do it, logically.
We try to do streaming every weekend. We do it every weekend, and at big church feasts. For example, we had today a service. Today is St. Nicholas Day, big feast at Russian Orthodox Church.
Yes.
And all the live streams are saved after after streaming, and our viewers, our subscribers are able to watch them even later.
The link, the same link is available.
Yeah.
So at your convenience, because we know that, we have pretty big time difference with the United States, Canada, Australia. So it stays online, and it's possible to watch it at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sister Veronica, what is the reality? How many people do actually watch us when it is live? How many people watch it later? And do people really need it? Do we get any feedbacks from people, from our viewers?
To be honest, our YouTube channel, English YouTube channel, is rather small, and the amount of people watching us is not very big. Speaking about the amount, approximately from 10 to 25 people live are watching. It depends on the day, and but the people who watch us, they are very grateful, and they always leave comments, positive comments, that it is very useful for them, and especially with the explanation. If you don't mind, I would like to read a couple of
yes, please
comments
do.
that
do
people
so.
left to
It
us.
is always interesting, to hear the quotes.
For example, Eva writes, "Please don't change anything. These services mean so much for our family. We are guilty of watching both channels, Russian and English one. We are here. We love you. Thank you for all your hard work." Or, for example, John. I try to join every Sunday. It is an early start for me here in the UK. I do not speak Russian, but I prefer your liturgy and music in Russian to the English liturgy in the UK or the USA. Please don't stop. Keep it as it is. So we are grateful to every viewer, every subscriber watching us. Our channel has carried out a poll recently, and we asked people to tell us, to name the reason why they do not watch our live streams, and some of the reasons mentioned were time difference. It is a big problem for American people, especially at 9 a.m. service. It is always...
It's night time. It's 11 p.m. In California, and it's nighttime in New York.
Yeah.
Yes, so only night owls are able to watch it. Yes.
Yeah, and as well, some people are confused by the Russian language. They prefer watching services in English, and some people are confused by the quality of our streams, but these are not so many people, luckily for us. We understand that the quality of the services on Russian channel is much better than ours, and we would like to ask people who watch us to write probably in the live chat or in the comments under this video to help us to improve.
Yeah, the suggestions.
The ways of how we can make streams for both of our channels. Maybe some people know some programs, or they know people who might help us. So we are grateful for any help
and open for it.
So please do not be afraid to help us.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Veronica. And now personal questions. How long does it take you to prepare for Vigil and then Divine Liturgy the next morning? And how many hours do you have to work on the weekends? Do you have any opportunity to visit their services in person? And do you benefit from this obedience? Lots of questions, but I think it's important to know.
Speaking about the preparation, I should say that we do not translate the services ourselves. We take the text usually from the websites of American Orthodox parishes, And that's why the preparation doesn't take much time personally for me. First couple of times were very stressful, but then as you learn more and more the structure of the services, so it is not as hard as it might seem. So it takes some preparation for our technical team. We have brother John or Muslim, as he has two names.
Yes, secular name Muslim, but he was converted to Orthodoxy and became John in baptism.
Yeah. It takes some time for him to prepare, to put all the equipment in the church. He turns on and off the services, and I am responsible for making the links of the videos and for making the subtitles to the videos. Luckily for me, we have two other sisters, Sister Maria and Sister Helen, who helped me also with making subtitles. I'm very grateful to them. Sister Maria helped me a lot during Great Lent, and I had an opportunity to visit almost all the important Lenten services, so it is not a problem for us. And besides that, we have services at the weekdays during working days. So if I have desire to visit service liturgy, so I can do it during the week. So it's not a problem for me at all. And speaking about the profits that I gained from this obedience, I should say that I would have never learned these texts myself, and it is very important for every Orthodox Christian, I suppose, to know the structures of the liturgy. It is the most important service at our church, so it played a big role for me.
Thank God, in everything there are positive and negative sides. So that's great that you had some profit from doing this obedience. So we are working hard to improve and to develop our social networks, our YouTube channel, our website. So we are very grateful to those who read it, who are subscribed to our YouTube channel, and who follow us. We are going to show you short few episodes of our liturgy, so those who never watched our live streams would see how these live streams really look. This video will be only 3 minutes long, so stay with us. After this video, brother, whom you already know, is going to join us for our live stream, and we are going to speak about different side of online liturgies, the negative aspects of it. So please watch the video right now.
Тает воск от лица огня. Христос воскрес!
Христос воскрес из мертвых, смерти смерть поправ, везущий во гробе живот даровал.
Как да погибнут грешницы от лица Божия, а праведницы возвеселятся.
Христос
и причастие Святаго Духа будет со всеми вами.
What a beautiful liturgy it was, wasn't it? Brother Nicholas, Christ is risen.
He is risen indeed.
Today we
Good
celebrated our Nicholas Wonder Work, the summer one, and this is Brother Nicholas' Names Day. It's the first one this year, and then on the 19th of December he's going to celebrate the second one.
Yes.
So Brother Nicholas, many blessed years to you
Thank
and
you.
eternal love.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are happy that you joined us today, and now we want to speak about the opinion of our clergy about streaming liturgies. Our spiritual father of the convent, Father Andrew, was asked by our parishioners several times about this novelty, and because many people have uncertainty, isn't it sinful to watch our live streams? Can they exchange the liturgy? Can they stay at home and watch it instead of going to the church? So there were a lot of questions. And Brother Nicholas, please express the opinion of our clergy towards this.
The opinion is quite simple, and let us clarify it. So, it is not the opinion of just Father Andrew. I think it's our common opinion, and sisters, if you do have some objections, please tell me. So, the things are quite clear. We mainly against online living. We are against online education for children. We are against, for instance, online dating for young people. We are against online church, but we are here online speaking with you. I think that the key is when the fruits of our online services. If we, with our streams, with our online services, if we encourage people to come to church, to participate in sacraments of the church, these services, these streams do serve for good. If people, by watching our online services, substitute their real coming to the services, of course it is negative sides of those streams, and it is not good when people hide themselves in their apartments, hide themselves between the monitor, the screen of their computer, of their laptop, of their mobile phone. It is not good, dear brothers and sisters. But what we do with these streams is we want the technical progress to serve the Christianity. We use the benefits of technical progress to share the beauty, the deep of Orthodox faith with as many people as possible throughout the world. I think it is what it is. Do you have any objections?
Not at all. I actually agree with you that online liturgy, it is not a substitute or replacement of divine liturgy. It is only temporary option. And I was very happy to see the same opinions expressed to us in our live chat of this live stream. I am sure that many people think the same way, and that's what I also received by emails from our contacts. So it is temporary option when we appeared in this situation when all the churches in the area are closed, exactly. When when the person is gravely ill or the person is bedridden. Maybe there are other situations which I cannot think up right now, but these are the main things when we physically unable to come to the Divine Liturgy, to the church. This is the only option. Sister Veronica?
Yes, I agree with Brother Nicholas, Sister Anastasia. We remember that God is not somewhere in our soul, but as it is mentioned in the scriptures, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I among them. So online services cannot substitute the real-time services. We should remember that it's only an exception, it's temporary, and when all the pandemic ends, we should start visiting church again regularly, as we did before this time.
And watch our online liturgy later, after coming from your own parish, for instance. In Orthodoxy, we have a good word. I think that the best translation into English is collegiality, or as we call Catholic Church. So when we unite together, and unity, of course, and online form of being can substitute it. So it is what we should always remember. A good example from the Holy Scripture: when 2 are gathered in my name, then I am between them. So.
Yeah, for the past years that I've been, observing the reaction of different communities, churches on this epidemic, and when I was browsing in the social networks, I found some very sad examples of some churches, how they started to replace their, the real church with a digital church. I want to read for you a few advertisements that I read in different churches' Facebook pages. They call these pages online liturgies and communion, which is already kind of strange. How can communion be online? So when I open these pages, straight in the beginning, there are these quotes that I found that I want to read for you. And you should understand that they suggest for you online service in Zoom. And that's what they write, what you should prepare. Please do bring some bread and wine, biscuit and grape juice, or any other combination you desire, and we can share food together despite not being able to share sacramentally. This one is still not too bad. Then, join us for online communion. Grab your elements and let's commune. And the third one, special instructions. Pick up communion packages from the church office Tuesday through Thursday, 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. And that means that you bring this package to your home, and must be communion in your home without any observation of the priest. Do you do everything right or not right? Dear brothers, can you put on the screen the photograph that I saw online? Can you put on a photograph, please? That I found online, and this photograph is actually advertising the online package communion that can be taken home, and this is the company that was advertising on my page on Facebook. That's the reality of our world nowadays. So one can try the number 1 communion cup. You will appreciate the superior quality, easy open, seals, fresh ingredients, and sanitary packaging. So that's it. That's why I understand some negative comments that started to come to us when we started to advertise our next live stream, when people were quite outraged with this name of our live stream, Online Liturgy, positive and negative sides. People probably have thought that we are going to only promote it as exchange, and plus some of the people sent to us not just questions but kind of contemplations on this topic, which we will be answering in the end of our live stream when we respond to the questions, which are great thoughts too. It has place to be there that there is attempt to change our divine liturgy into the digital religion, and it is not right, and we are not supporting it. As far as we watch, homilies online, we watch beautiful choir singing online, It is fine. The same with liturgy. Rather than watch stupid programs and all kinds of, rubbish news on our TV, why not to put the liturgy on and to hear the beautiful choirs? And again, we will read more of the comments of our wonderful friends from all over the world in the end of our live stream that prove that those liturgies didn't harm people, but in many cases people actually profited from them. Brother Nicholas, it's always interesting to hear the personal experience. Will you share your personal experience connected to the online liturgies?
Of course I can. So my experience is quite small, but it is personal experience. So, frankly speaking, it is a great piece of job when you are all attentive in the service, when you have some multiple functions inside your brains. You see Russian version of the service, am I right? Yeah. You see English version of the service, and you have to hear what is in the church, then you see what is in your scripture of Russian text, then you see what is in your scripture of English text, you copy the English version, put it, paste it in the screen and see how it goes on. So you have to be all attentive for 3 or 4 hours. And what you need in return, you need when people say thank you, or when there are some people at least watching you and you're appreciated, your work is needed actually. So that is why when Sister Veronica started those streams, I said, Sister Veronica, please do not be shy and write it directly. People, do you watching me? Do you appreciate those subtitles at all? From what parts of the world do you watch us now? Are you watching us now? And Sister Veronica, when people write, I'm watching you from Australia, I'm watching you from Canada, from the United States, it inspires.
A big consolation, yes, of course.
It inspires a lot, and we every time we do those subtitles, we watch also how many people watch us. You see, 5 people, it's not so much as we would like to, but if the only one person answers you, I watch you from Australia, please go on, then I do not see those numbers at all. Exactly. I see this liturgy worth this one person who needs it, who watch it. I am, frankly speaking, I'm quite shy person, and communication does not go very easy for me, but doing these subtitles, for instance, it was Easter service from last year, 2020. One of our choir did sing Christ is risen in many languages. Mm-hmm. And I started to type to our people, guess what languages do sisters sing now? They say Arabic, no Persian, no this, that, and it was a real Easter joy. When I say, our dear online parishioners, dear people who watch us online, God bless with you. We are so happy you are now, and then that warmth come back to you, warmth of their hearts. It really inspires. So that is my answer.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Nicholas. It is really, an example that, again, how it can be profitable for our souls. Now, let's watch another video of ours. As a rule, we have one advertisement, or rather, insight in the work of our workshops that we have, where lots of people are employed. Many of them are vulnerable people, some are disabled. So we have more than 40 workshops where we produce our religious articles and souvenirs. Today, we will have an insight with you to our ceramic workshop. We produce beautiful sets of cup, saucers, pots, sugar bowls, etc., etc. All of them are handmade and looking different. No cup is looking the same as the other one because it's all handwork. So please watch this short 2 minutes video about the work of our ceramic workshop. I hope you like the work of our ceramic workshop. In case you don't have a beautiful set in your household from us, you are able to order it from us. It is carefully packed and shipped all over the world. And the link to our catalog is posted in our live chat.
And in descriptions to this video. What is the most far destination we have delivered our articles?
I would say Australia. I think it is a little bit further away than the United States.
And I think one of the packages was sent to South African Republic, some was sent to Brazil.
Probably Brazil
is
quite
please.
Far away. Yes, ceramic, goods are very popular because they do look very unique and beautiful. And as I said, we carefully pack them, so even porcelain is delivered carefully. So now we came to the last part of our live stream. It is moving really quickly this time, but we've got quite many questions beforehand that were sent to us by our friends. Some of them are questions, some of them are contemplations on the topic. The first one, contemplation from Peter, and Sister Veronica will respond to it. I think that your viewers would like to know if people have reported such benefits to your community.
As I have mentioned before, we are a very small channel and we have not so many viewers, but the people who watch us, they are very grateful and they always leave commentaries. We have some regular viewers. They also write something in the live chat or under our almost every video, and we are grateful to them. It inspires us to go on. And as I have said, we carried out a poll in our community on YouTube channel, and we received a lot of positive comments. So thank you very much. We receive something negative very rarely. We are grateful to our viewers.
And grateful to some critical comments, of course.
Yeah.
Also, we understand that we should go further, go on, and if we stop it is not good to stop. We should always invent something more, be closer to, be less online, but more real, to communicate with our people. And we are very grateful for any comment on our channel. And
Yeah, and
indeed, yeah.
I'm sure that we don't know many of the comments because many people don't send us feedback, and I only get them when I have a call with our donors. Sometimes they schedule a call with me, or they finally fill in survey that is available on our donation page. They do it sometimes, and then all of a sudden I discover that majority of people actually came to know St. Elizabeth Convent through our YouTube channel and social networks. This is the biggest percentage of people, and some of them express their great thank you when we speak with them, especially Russian-speaking people who live all over the world. I spoke to many people in Canada recently and in the United States, in European countries, and all of them say thank you that you stream your liturgies, because in Canada nowadays there is a lockdown and many of the people are unable to go to the church physically, so they're really grateful to us. Second question.
And we are grateful to those people who watch us online. Yeah. It is something that we need, and we do it for you people.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
from all over the world, really.
We spend a lot of time preparing and working on this, so when we get this thank you and people watching, it's really it's our benefit. So we've got two questions from our wonderful friend James Klashinsky, and he sent us two questions. One of them Brother Nicholas will respond to, and the second one is for me. So the first one: how can Orthodoxy best use modern technology to minister to people without compromising the authenticity of our religion's ancient tradition?
Well, James, thank you for that question. I have the same thoughts. From one side, we have a technical programs, and from the other side, we have some deep roots and deep church traditions. We should make it that way. The technical progress serve traditions and help people to find the church, and not other way when the church compromises with the modern world. I am, as one of responsible for our English YouTube channel, for arranging those live streams, do ask this question every day to myself, and I have no straight answer to this question, but I believe that asking that question to myself, to my conscience every day, will help me to find the way out. On today, at the present day moment, I see that we should rely on fruits of our streams, of our videos. If these videos and those streams encourage people to come to church, go on, we are on the right way. And to participate in sacraments of the church, to discover Orthodoxy to ourselves, that is good. If these streams let us relax, sitting on our sofa and not coming to church, to sacraments, it is not good fruits, and we should... The interesting thing that one and the same stream can have good fruits to one people, to one man, and bad...
Completely opposite, yeah,
to another. So it is... But from our side... Always encourage people. Yes, we encourage people.
We have good intentions.
Please come to your local church. Please see how we do it in our monastery, how we worship, how we believe, how we pray. Let us communicate together. Show us, write us how you pray, how have your tradition. Let us share it, and all together come to our churches. Or come here to Belarus, to Minsk. You're very welcome to participate with us in our real liturgy.
Yes.
So, James, good question. I ask the same question to myself every day. Really good question.
Yes, and I always, when I communicate with our contacts, when we communicate, I always, and when they express their, concern and their dissatisfaction that they are not able to go to their local church, I always try to find for them outcome, asking, other jurisdiction churches in your area are also closed. Are you sure? Please check. I always ask, where do you live exactly? The state, the city, and when it is the United States, Canada, Australia, I am myself researching the area and give them the addresses and the names of the priests. I've been to the United States myself many times, so I know really lots of churches in many places. And I always try to give them the contact of the wonderful Orthodox fathers that I know personally and who I know will take good care of them. If it is in England, I always ask English sisters, please recommend to me good churches in this area, and they always do. So it's up to the person. Do they listen to my advice and go to these churches, or they don't?
And we believe that the spirit of our channel, the spirit of our video inspires people to go on, not only stop on watching, but to go on and to step in real church, and to go to sacraments.
Yeah, we will speak more about it in our next questions too. So the next question is for me. Do you think the churches will lose their parishioners after lifting all lockdowns? I don't think so. For sure, the crowd of their faithful people will lose some people because of their weak faith. But still, the new people will come, and those who had a good faith and trust in God, they will only will get strengthened in their faith. So we should trust our God, who promised to us that the gates of the hell will not defeat our church. So just let's believe, and God knows what He is doing. Church won't, lose all the faithful people. But as we know from the Bible, it's a small crowd. It's not, the whole universe that will be saved and will be in the church, sadly, of course. Sister Veronica, the next question is from Christopher for you. Without the internet, Americans like me wouldn't be able to learn about Orthodoxy. But Patriarch Kirill says that the internet will be used to control mankind and bring the Antichrist, and I think he's correct. Do you think the internet is a blessing or a curse?
It's not a very easy question, and I should say that I don't have any theological education, so my opinion is not an expert opinion. I just express my personal point of view. I think for us, Orthodox Christian, focusing on the external, like internet, is the wrong way. I think our enemy wants us to be afraid, to be scared of something like internet, but we should look into ourselves, we should watch our inner state, and it's much more important for us to get rid of envy, vainglory, pride, and if we try to follow commandments, if we are with Christ, internet will surely not harm us. As Saint Paul said, if God is with us, who is against us? So we cannot deny that internet is one of the greatest achievements of humankind, and it can become a blessing for us. For example, with the help of internet, we can find the teachings of the Holy Fathers. We can listen to a lot of sermons and homilies by different priests all over the world. And especially now, when a lot of people have to stay at home, it is a real blessing for them. So I agree with the words of Patriarch Kirill, but I personally myself try to focus on the positive.
Yes, exactly, Sister Veronica, yes.
Yeah. I have put this question to myself, and I also have some reflections on that question, and
yes, please.
I can say that, I agree that internet, metaphysically, philosophically, generally, unfortunately, is a bad thing. And blessed those who do not watch internet and who pray at home and who go to the church and do not enter internet at all. But I can't say I'm person of that that kind. I'm quite I don't know, unfortunately or not, but it is as it is. I'm up-to-date person. I have my mobile phone, have internet account, and Orthodox part of internet is the things that can freeze those tendencies when evil comes through internet, and that is it.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
if you're in, please watch internet part, Orthodox part, Christian part of internet. It will freeze you from coming to sin.
Yeah, that's why it's so important for the parents to bring their children, and for us to continue our education afterwards, our spiritual education, when we can tell what is bad, what is good, and to know that if we relax and follow the comforts of this life, we will lose all the blessings of the spiritual life. The comfort kills our spirituality. This is something that spiritual father of our convent mentioned, and that's what I also contemplated, and I realized that that's true. That's true. When we are used to relax on our sofa watching our liturgies, I won't stand up and go to the church again, or I will have to really force myself and pay too much, strength to do it again. That's why never relax. Just work hard, because salvation is, taken by this constant work, hard work, and walking only a narrow path. The next question is, it's not a question, it's a contemplation for Brother Nicholas.
Okay.
It's an opposite opinion, again, not the positive about the online liturgy, but negative one. The danger in this, meaning online liturgy streaming, is you may be doing what the New World Order and anti-Christian church want you to do, create an online liturgy and help those who want to destroy our faith by helping them stop going to church and having a technological church, which will help the coming of the Antichrist religion.
All those who watch us, please do remember that online liturgy can't substitute your participation in sacraments of church. It can be only a step, as a certain helper, a hand to come into church and not to lose that connection with the church. If you have some extraordinary situation when you can't go into church. And in this case, of course, we should have a right emphasis in our speeches, in our videos, etc. I believe, for instance, me watching the sermons of our spiritual father, Father Andrew, watching his talks with parishioners, we see it quite clear, and I'm almost sure that all our parishioners have the right pros and cons. They're on the right way. And the fruits, we have the following fruits. Our parish, our people did not go online. Online liturgies help them if they're sick, if they're far away. I have an example of my mother. She lives far away from our monastery. She likes our monastery. She goes to her nearby church. She participates in liturgy or in Vigil, then comes home and watches our liturgy. Because she likes the choir, she likes the sermons by Father Andrew, and it is how it should be. So, online with offline, never without. This is our formula.
Yeah.
Online with offline, but never without offline.
My mother does the same, actually.
Good.
Yeah, I think all our parents do the same, because we are really blessed in the convent with beautiful choirs, beautiful churches, lots of parishioners, and it's always a pleasure for your eye and soul to see so many people worshiping God. It is really beautiful. I want to also add a little bit from the letter of an Orthodox priest from the United States who wrote to us. So you, Francis, writing this kind of comment, probably will see the other side, people who cannot come to the church. Listen what he wrote to us. It's very short. Dear Sister Anastasia, I often watch your channel on YouTube. I have been a Russian Orthodox priest, Rockor, United States, for almost 50 years. I had an accident about 10 years ago which broke my leg and hip, and I no longer can walk. As a result, I have not been able to go to the church for nearly 5 years. Thank God, with capital letters, I can watch services like yours for Vigil. So I think that this wonderful father from the United States sin? I don't think so. And it's at least unhuman to say that, we shouldn't be streaming because we only harm people. It's not true. When he sees our live streams, liturgies, and writes to me, this is just one of his letters. It is always a joy that even in a little bit we can help this priest whom I cannot even personally visit to see him, which I hope one day I will be able. He's living in New York State. So dear Father, thank you so much for your feedback and for watching our live streams. We hope that we help you at least a little bit as far as we can. The next question, again from James, this is his second question. Do you believe that online liturgies can give a good first impression for people who are discovering Orthodoxy for the first time in life? If I didn't communicate with all our friends as my obedience, I would probably say I don't know. But actually, especially recently, I spoke with a few people and I correspond by email with a few people who are not Orthodox. Several of them are from the United States and one of them from the United Kingdom. All these people are wonderful Christians, but something happened to them and at some point they got disappointed in their church. But they still believe in God. They felt they want a deeper faith and they wanted to discover God in the fullness. So they started to search, and many of them cannot even remember how did it happen, but at the end they appeared on our YouTube channel and watched our online liturgy. And these liturgies spoke to their hearts, and they commented that, how to describe it. I felt home. I think this is the best thing to describe it. So, for sure, dear James, these online liturgies can be a wonderful introduction into the Orthodox Church and liturgy. And, when you watch, this beautiful content on the internet, it really reaches your soul, rather than you are browsing and watches all kind of, rubbish videos. And I wanted to read just 2 lines from the Psalter, Psalm number 17, 26 and 27th line. With the holy thou wilt be holy, and with the innocent man thou wilt be innocent, and with the elect thou wilt be elect, and with the perverse thou wilt be perverted. So please, be very strict to what you are watching and how you are watching it. And we are only happy that our impact in this online industry has this positive fruit, that people do find their way to the Orthodoxy. But again, when I spoke to them, I made sure that they understand that this step, when they discover Orthodoxy online, is only the first step. Without the next step, when they find the Orthodox Church in their area and go there, get introduced to the priest and ask for his guidance, how to get the literature, what they should read and learn about Orthodoxy, and finally start to really, go into the church and finally probably being baptized and receiving the sacraments, it will be useless. Just to see beautiful liturgy, feel you are home and then not doing any further step, it will, go to now in the end, and they will not become Orthodox, sadly. So, make sure that you understand that this, introduction to Orthodoxy through online liturgy is just the first step. Sister Veronica, can you read the next comment yourself?
Yeah. The comment is by Angela. I really don't have a question. I would just like to say Christ has risen. Truly, he is risen. Bless the Lord, we could follow the liturgy, whether online or on the TV. Bless the Lord in everything, and I pray the Lord blesses you and the sisters and our church all over the world. Our hope and strength lies in him. Christ has risen.
He's risen indeed.
Yeah.
He's risen indeed. Yeah, thank you, dear Angela.
Yeah, thank you very much. We are grateful for any feedback. Once again, I repeat, thank you for watching us and leave your positive feedback.
Yes, indeed.
Very important for people who are responsible for making these live streams. Really,
It's true.
yeah.
I gave the most difficult questions to Brother Nicholas.
Okay.
So the next one, yes, it's a difficult one. How do we defeat Satan?
Well, I'm always a bit confused in answering some spiritual questions. I'm not a priest, and I can only say from my own experience. And my own experience, I have nothing to boast with my own experience. I can't defeat Satan with my own efforts. It's absolutely true. It's Christ who wins. And I think that if we stick to Christ as closer as possible, to his commandments, to what he says to us in the gospel, then we have a chance to win the evil. But it is not, we have stick and we win and we live a pure life, a life of a holy man. Absolutely not. It's not about wins, but it's probably about some
The fight, probably.
a fight about some falls. But if we, with all our life, still want to come to Christ, to ask for his forgiveness, that will be the win. If our life ends, we see through it and we see these efforts, these tears, then we have a chance that the Christ will be mercy on us. That is my question. Or
Yeah.
my answer. To this
Yeah,
question.
thank you, Brother Nicholas. The next opinion comes from Anastasia from the United States. When watching live stream, due to time differences, I am busy with all the morning jobs. I feel that this is offending God, who deserves our full attention. It's not like being in a church because of the home distraction. Yet, really, without live stream, I would have no access to divine liturgy at all at the present. I cannot attend a church. I pray that this will change. I know a little bit the situation of Anastasia because her husband and she sends us prayer requests. So Anastasia is not yet Orthodox, and they hope together with her husband is Orthodox, that she will become catechumen very soon. And we are praying for Anastasia that this will happen. I gave her name for 40 days commemoration on the canon to Saint Boris. We pray to him for those who are not Orthodox. But, it's impossible to pray for them during the liturgical services in the church, but there is a great possibility for those who lost their relatives who were not baptized or belong to different religions, or who are still living and not part of the Orthodox Church, but they want for them to be prayed in the church. There is this canon which is read by nuns in their cells, not in the church, but in their cells. So this is a canon to Saint Boris. He is a martyr. So, dear Anastasia, I try to respond to your question as best as I could. That's why I listened to our spiritual father Andrew, and a woman asked a very similar question during his spiritual talks. She was asking, when she is watching the live stream online, what shall she do? Shall she be standing next to the screen? Shall she be making the sign of cross, kneeling during particular prayers, and do everything what the faithful do in the church on the screen? Or shall she be sitting doing her handiwork or in the kitchen, etc.? And he answers that it is all individual. You should consider your life conditions, household, and relations between your family members. Maybe some of them will be irritated if you do this. There is different spiritual state of people. And we shall take into consideration your personal spiritual state and why you are not in the church. You could be in the church, but you are not. Of course, apart from the logical reasons the church is closed for quarantine or you are gravely ill. And I myself was just sitting and thinking, and the words from the cherubic hymn came to my mind. Probably you know it perfectly well, but let me read it to you once again. We who mystically represent the cherubim and chant the thrice hymn to the life-giving Trinity, attention, let us set aside the cares of life, that we may receive the King of all, who cometh invisibly, escorted by the divine hosts. So, if you are unable to visit the church services right now, and you have to watch the liturgy, so please try to be present in front of God as you would be present in the church. Put all your cares aside. Believe me, you will gain more time. The Lord will give you more time for your, household duties, to accomplish them, and to, the peace be reigning in your house. I'm sure that it is possible.
I have something to add.
Yeah, please, Brother Nicholas.
I also have put this question to myself, and I can't say I can, while watching online liturgy, I can put aside all cares of our life, but I was so much inspired by example of one of our parishioners, one of our sisters. During the Paschal online service from last year, she sent us a photo how she did those online services. It was a laptop, it was a candle, it was an image of Christ risen. She was standing praying, and I said to myself, this is the example for myself. This is the true spirituality, and I think that the distance in that case is very, very close. She was naturally inside the church, I think.
Yes,
The only thing she could not do is to participate in church sacraments, but in spirit, I'm sure she was with us.
Yes, our friend Michael in the last question actually put it very nicely, but we will come to it. Okay. And for now, Anastasia, when you enter the church, you will have to face these long services in the church. And, I think that you need to train yourself already now to stand and be prepared for these services. And I just remembered the story of Father Andrew when he was answering the question of these parishioners about how she should watch this online service and what she shall do. He told their example that, sometimes we think we cannot go to the church, but actually we can. For example, Father Andrew has a spiritual daughter. After giving birth to her child, it was so complicated that for more than 6 months she was bedridden with really horrible pains. She could either lie down or stand up, and she had a metal corset that was around her waist, and she had to wear it all the time. She couldn't go to the church, but at some point, after these 6 months of lying down, she was so hungry for the church and sacraments that she decided to go. She could stand up, and she decided to try. She came to the church. Again, she couldn't go in the car, public transportation. She couldn't sit down. So she came to the church, She was standing the whole service. There was possibility to sit down, but she couldn't. So she had to stand up all the service. And at some point, the pain was growing, and it was so strong that she could barely tolerate it. And she was about to lose her consciousness at any time. So finally, the time of communion came. She came to the Holy Chalice. She received Holy Communion on the top of the pain. After receiving Holy Communion, she didn't have this pain anymore. Just a moment like this. And Father Andrew tells this story for us to be strengthened, that maybe sometimes, we need to overcome our pains and fears and go, and Lord will definitely give us this visible miracle. This question is for Sister Veronica from our wonderful friend Paula, who always watches our live streams. Hello, Paula. I have a small question regarding the online beautiful liturgies. How can one obtain the spiritual blessing needed when watching and quietly praying together with the Sisters of St. Elisabeth Convent?
I ask myself this question every time I make the subtitles. We should also always remember that all this situation, the diseases, the quarantine is sent by God. And if a person is not able to visit the church at all, and his only way is to watch the online service, and if he does this with all the veneration, I think God will grant him peace and grace if he accepts this situation quite like with if you do this with veneration, I think, and without any complaining about all this situation, God will surely grant you grace, in my opinion. I also miss some of the services because I make the subtitles, and I accept this as an obedience. And all the sisters, all the white sisters, remember that obedience is higher than prayer and fasting. So we should just accept it as today's matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Brother Nicholas, the last question that came to us beforehand, it's again contemplation from Michael, which I really agree with. The Church as a mystical body of Christ has no distance limitations. So the same with online liturgy simply closes the physical distance. It cannot, however, substitute for receiving Holy Communion. Christ can be present to anyone, anywhere, when sacrament cannot. Online liturgy is a good thing when it doesn't totally displace priest with congregation gathered in and as a church, and also sacraments.
I absolutely agree with Michael. So let us all remember that online liturgy is a good thing unless it does not substitute with taking part in sacraments of the church. So all is written by Michael is absolutely true. Just let us remember it.
Yeah, it's
Thank
kind
you,
of
Michael,
good ending to the yes. It's kind of very short and bright, end to the live stream.
Exactly,
in what he
and
said.
I hope, Michael, that is exactly what we have spoken tonight about.
Yes, we've got a few questions in our live stream
Okay.
that we need to answer.
Okay.
I will answer this one. When do you think live streams will stop? I think not all the churches will stop the live streams. I know some of the cathedrals and churches who live streamed only when they were on lockdown and no parishioners could visit, or only the members of choir and acolytes could be present. Then they were streaming. And then when the doors were open and at least 50% of people could attend, they stopped live streaming. And some of the churches I see that stream on a regular basis. I also watch some live streams of American monasteries in the United States. And I think that the reality of live streaming liturgies will stay with us, but not as a substitute, but as a help as an outreach, as some of you have commented for us, that it could be the outreach of the Orthodox Church. And I think in this case, some of their monasteries and churches will continue to live stream. Sister Veronica, why do sisters wear white dresses?
We suggest you watching one of our live streams with Sister Anastasia and Sister Alexandra. There was a whole live stream dedicated to this topic, the sisterhood. We are Sisters of Mercy. We are not nuns. We are not professed sisters. We are just helping, and we're doing some obedience at the convent, and we don't live there on a regular basis. Yeah, so please watch our live stream. It explains a lot. The explanation.
It was in February.
Yes, it was in February, exactly. You can see our live streams on our YouTube channel, the same one that you are watching now. All the answers in this live stream. Now, Brother Nicholas, two questions for you. How should one participate in watching online liturgy? How can one be reverent?
How should one participate in watching online? Okay.
How can one be reverent? It's close to Anastasia's question.
Yes. A good question. So it is very individual, I would say. So it depends on the things around you, on your relatives. Are they near or not? Are they appreciate you watching online liturgy or not? So it depends. But what I would do on your place is just ask your conscience about it. Sometimes it is all right to watch liturgy while lying down on your sofa if you are seriously ill. Sometimes, if you can stand. But your conscience must be alive at this time. So. I can also recollect this my personal inspiration when one of the sisters, I have said it, sent us a photo of candle nearby, laptop with online liturgy, the icon of Christ, and it was something extraordinary for me, extraordinary beautiful. What is the next question?
Another question came from Just Be Kind person. It actually refers to Sister Veronica. I did worry about your soul because you were doing subtitles for us. Is there any way it could be automated so that you are able to attend liturgy fully? Sister Veronica already responded.
Yeah, I have mentioned something of this before. Nowadays, at the moment, it is the only possible way for us to make the texts available for everybody. It was a problem for me in the beginning. I worried a lot about this, and as I have mentioned, I can always ask other sisters. There are two sisters who help me regularly all the time, and we have liturgies during the weekdays, so
every day, from Monday to Sunday.
Yeah, so
no exceptions. Every day.
If there is a strong desire to visit the service, I do not see any problem in it.
A good question about making this automatic. The Orthodox service is so unique that it does not repeat in several hundred of years. So every all-night vigil is consists of several books. When you get this Troparion or that prayer, and you put it in one side, so it can't be made automatically. Especially on the services live, you should put this or that prayer exactly in that moment, and that is what we think is unique in our channel, isn't it? So there are texts of this or that service is presented in the internet. It's all right. There are many online services, Orthodox services in Russian, and there are many online Orthodox services in English. And we believe that our YouTube channel is unique in that way that it shows the Russian Orthodox services, but gives English subtitles to it. So
explanation.
Subtitles
often,
and explanations to
we
it.
Often sometimes give some explanation about different parts of the liturgy or all-night vigil, psalter, what is 6 psalms, and so on and so forth.
So it is a great opportunity, and we do it for you, those people who think whose native language is English, but who are Orthodox, who participate, who is a part of Russian Orthodox Church, or who have some interest in Orthodoxy. Please watch it, read English subtitles, and see how beautiful Orthodox faith is.
Yeah, thank you. Another similar question that Sister Veronica responded from Catherine Cross. Please, can you tell me why at your monastery some nuns wear black, yet you wear white? Are you lay sisters? Yes, exactly. We are lay sisters. We are not monastics. But you answered yourself that our monastic sisters wear black.
There are 130 of them.
Yes, 130 and about 400 lay sisters in our community. So we consist both lay community, which are completely lay people. We have our families, we sometimes have our jobs, but have obedience in the monastery in our free time, or we can be employed in the convent and also do some volunteer work for the ministries of St. Elisabeth's Convent. Again, I recommend to you to watch our previous live stream, Sister Anastasia and Sister Alexandra, the lay sisterhood of St. Elizabeth's Convent. You will get all the answers on your questions there, because the lay sisterhoods are really kind of popular lately, and not in vain. It is a great possibility for lay people to do deeds of mercy in the frames of the church or a convent. Another question is also similar to this one. How common are lay sisterhoods in Russian Orthodox Church? They were really common before the revolutionary times. Almost every convent or church would have a sisterhood which would do the deeds of mercy, in the nearby shelter, the hospital, look after the orphans, etc., etc. Then the October Revolution in 1917, the Bolsheviks came to the power, and there were more than 70 years of, the era where we lost a lot of, the heritage of the Orthodox tradition that we had in our church. Nowadays, their lay sisterhoods are getting revived, and in our country we have many Orthodox sisterhoods. Our sisterhood is not the only one, and it is not the oldest one. The sisterhoods several years ago celebrated their 35 years of existence in Belarus. 30 years, so probably nowadays they are 35 years old. And it is quite popular in the Orthodox Church when we don't just pray to God, but we do also, the Word of God, that the faith is dead without the deeds. And God told us that I'm not asking for your, what are the words?
Pray?
No. I'm not asking for your, great deeds, but I'm asking for your mercy. And this is important to remember, that we should be merciful to our neighbor and help others. That's why we are so lucky in St. Elizabeth's Convent, because we have many ministries, and each of us can find the right thing that we want to do, and where we feel that we help other people, and other people benefit from it as well as us. So please watch other live streams. It's already our 5th or 6th live stream, so you can watch backwards and learn other aspects of St. Elizabeth's Convent and what we discussed. I think this was the last questions that we needed to respond. Brother Nicholas, Sister Veronica, do you have anything else to add?
What shall we? Thank you very much for watching us. Yeah. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your critics. Please watch us as you want. Come, not forget to come to your local church, to your local parishes, to your local priests, and enrich your Christian life with our YouTube channel, with our streams. Ask any questions. come to Minsk, come to our convent. You're always welcome here. Just write an email. That is Christ is risen. We are happy that we are together tonight. We love you.
Thank you for watching us today.
Yes, the next live stream will be around 19th of June. It is Saturday, always on Saturdays at the same time, so all the time zones are feeling comfortable. So hopefully it will be the 19th of the June, and it shall be really interesting live stream. We will be speaking about the personal way to God. And you know, the personal experiences, stories really touch us because they can teach us a lot of things that we can actually adopt in our own lives. So please look for these live streams. They will be advertised in our emails and on our Facebook. So we hope that you will join us and your family members will join us and we will learn together. Thank you so much for all your questions. I saw another question about asking if Slavonic language is easy one to understand for Russian-speaking people. It's just a quick response. It is pretty easy to understand for us because it's still Russian language, but you need to learn vocabulary to understand some words because some of them are really specific and, you know, contemporary Russian have completely different word. So it is familiar, and it took me about a couple of weeks to learn it and to learn how to read it and to learn to write it. This is a trickiest thing to write, but it was an adventure and I really enjoyed it. So hopefully, you know, if you want, you can also, you know, practice in it. And, you know, knowing the structure of liturgy, even if you're English speaker but watch Russian liturgy, you will understand. You will understand where you are in the liturgy. So thank you for watching. And in the end, don't close your screens, don't close your YouTube. We will have another video of our choir Rejoice with another 3 Troparions in another 3 languages, which I find just amazing. I love these videos very much. So please enjoy and join us. And Christ is risen.
He's risen indeed.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
هذا هو اليوم الذي صنعه الرب فلنفرح ولنتهلل به المسيح قام من بين الأموات ووعده الموت بالموت ووهب الحياة للذين في القبور المسيح قام من بين الأموات ووعده الموت بالموت ووهب الحياة للذين في القبور المسيح قام من بين الأموات ووعده الموت بالموت ووهب الحياة للذين في القبور.
Al-Masih come, Hakan come.
Christus knows equalista, Christus knows equalista. Kuolemalla kuoleman voiti, kuolemalla kuoleman voiti. Ja haudoissa oleville elemen antoi. Christus knows equalista, Christus knows equalista. Kuolemalla kuoleman voiti, kuolemalla kuoleman voiti. Ja haudoissa oleville elemen antoi. Christus nousi kuolleista, Kristus nousi kuolleista. Kuolemalla kuoleman voiti, kuolemalla kuoleman voiti. Ja haudoissa oleville elemen antoi.
Kristus nousi kuolleista.
Totisesti nousi. Christe anstam cadretit, sic divis adam tron veritas apla vecinatas hovrebis mimni cebeli. Christe anstam cadretit, sic divis Caritat Amstra.